This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lechtech Moser podcast. We continue with the Pel Yoetz. We are on page 539 in the article. We are on day 196 of Hachzik. We're talking about Drushim of public discourses. Yesterday we discussed 7 reasons as to why a person should read out of a Sefer as opposed to saying his own novel thoughts, his own discourses. I think one of the ideas that was beautiful that we said yesterday is that when you say over from someone else, the Kedusha, the Yerushalayim, that personality, that person was, that person had with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, when you say that over, it comes along with what you're saying over. So if you're saying over Ramban, you're saying over Nitziv, you're saying over Asas Emes, you're not just saying it over, but it comes along with this whole package of Yerushalayim. And that's one of the reasons why the Pel Yoetz said they should say it over Bishmam in their names, because if you're saying it over yourself, it's doubtful. They read this Adaris, and as we continue descending, going down in generations, we're slowly decreasing our level of Yerushalayim, as opposed to if you say it over from the Heilige, from the Friedike, from the Rishonim, from the Achronim, from the in the past couple hundred years, even those Achronim, the amount of Yerushalayim that they live their life with, when we're saying it over in their name, that comes along with it. But now it says the Pel Yoetz, what can we do in these times? The words of Talmidei Chachamim who speak by heart, that's really who people favor. So even though we said 7 reasons why it's better to quote from the Rishonim and from earlier sources and from the Svarim itself, but people in mind said they love when a person gets up and he has ideas and he shtalz it to and he puts it together and it's dynamic and it's ultimate, it's moishech, it pulls, it draws. Apparently in the time of the Pel Yoetz, instead of them darshaning the speaker and putting on his name and where it's going to be, and if there's going to be chicken or pizza or sushi, instead one of the things that was highlighted in a star or different colors was, are they going to be darshaning Baal Peh or are they going to be darshaning from a Sefer? And he says that when it used to be that they would advertise that there was going to be a public drasha, when it was going to be Baal Peh, it would draw everyone. Everyone from the Beis Medrash would come to hear. Whenever it would say, oh, this Deirish he's reading out of his Sefer, says the Pel Yoetz, no one would come. Something that really makes no logical sense. For if they would merely say that this certain Rav, which is talking about the author of the Rav being cited, was coming to the city to he's giving a lecture, a discourse at the Teva, at the Bima. Everyone would come. If you heard that the Chafetz Chaim is giving a drasha, would you not run? If you heard that the Ramban is coming to give a drasha in town, would you not run? Would you not give everything up to hear one word, to get a glimpse of the tzaddik? Says the poet, it's really true. We all can identify with this. We say, oh, this guy's giving a shiur on Chafetz Chaim. Okay, very nice. He's giving a shiur on the Ramban. Yishmak 9 o'clock Shabbos morning, special shiur. After shiur, after Shachris, a maral shiur. Is it packed? Is everyone coming to hear to be yonik, to draw from the words of the maral? Not really. A couple of people. The Rav gives a drasha. Right? Menuchas b'karen zavas al hayu ksuva al sefer l'chashaidim ashana pek zochar rashti avodah akka shekin minig amani am asher lo yadu l'negay b'sefer. Says the Pel Yoetz, it's an astonishing matter that people really, it seems irrational, but this is the common practice, who have no idea, no appreciation for a sefer itself. V'cherpa hu lekeach im mizman shenagu lidrosh drasha bal peh yirtze lidrosh mitech sefer. It's a difficult matter to resolve, for one will endure great shame if, when they usually expound by heart, they come to Shul and they say, you know what? Instead, I'm giving a share from the Sefer itself. Sefer. Why? Because they say about this person, he's not a Talmid Chacham. He can only read out of the Sefer. This is what the world has come to, where if a person's giving a shiur on the Ramban, on the Maral, on the Sasem, some Sefer, it's like, okay, very nice. Like the guy can, he can basically read out of a Sefer. It says the Palyoitz, it's not the case. We're reading, we're listening, we're hearing from the written Torah was a demonstration. It was the person, it was the tzaddik, it was the gadol themselves in Sefer format. So we have this big problem that the Olam, the Welt, the commons men, that what they want is for a drasha, for a speaker to talk Baal Peh. So now this presents a big challenge for the speaker, for the lecturer, for the one giving the drasha. So what does he do? Should he just say he's reading from the Sefer and no one's going to come? Should he say that he's giving a drasha Baal Peh, but then he's not doing the ideal thing? So the Palyoitz addresses this question of what a speaker should do when he wants to prepare a shiur and he wants people to come, he wants to be marbit Torah. He wants to help people reach the best versions of themselves. So what should he do? In these situations where a person cannot absolve himself due to the importance of the matter, because he's conflicted with these two very strong sides. On the one hand, he wants to give Torah. On the other hand, he can't say that he's saying it from himself because that's not the right thing. So what should he do? So whoever's speaking and he wanted to do the right thing, the Palyoitz says advice. What he should do is he should compose a drasha that he will say by heart, but it should be based on the svarim, and then only include a little bit of his own Torah, of his own expounding, of his own ideas. So basically, therefore, it satisfies, it pacifies both tzadim. And therefore, when he's preparing this drasha, he's giving it over, then he's satisfying that it's coming from Svarim, which is the main thing. And also, people will see that he's talking from himself, and he's putting A with B, and presenting it in a beautiful way, and making it relevant, etc. But says the Palya, it's a very important thing. While he's talking, he should be constantly contemplating the great and lofty stature of the earlier sages. So while he's talking and he's putting everything together and he's trying to inspire people and help them, be mechazik them and uplift them, he should also be thinking of how little he is and how great the Friedik, the sages and the tzaddikim that he's quoting from, how great they were. And Yomer David b'shem Amrei, everything he should quote in the b'shem, the person he's saying it, and he should never garb himself with honor that is not his. Even if he adds a little piece of his own original novelty or a small addition, he shouldn't claim the thoughts as his own. Meaning, even though he's tempted to do this and take the credit for himself, says the Palyoitz that he should still, if it's coming from someone else, say it's b'shem amrei, because even though he's trying to sound polished and he wants to appease everyone and he wants to make it sound like he's saying it Baal Peh, always make sure to say b'shem amrei. And concludes the Palyoitz, the evils of one who garbs himself with the honor of his fellow is great, and Chazal teach us that that a person who says something b'shem amrei, the name of the person who says it, brings geula to this world. May be zeiche to the geula, the Karv Mamash.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.